car is exactly the same. Hasn't changed much.
No.
It's looking like it's a head gasket, so all we're going to do now is just try and keep the car as cool as we possibly can, and just drive through the stage, just get to the finish of the rally. So unfortunately, that's the way it goes. We haven't got one clean stage in the whole rally, but that's rallying sometimes. Yeah, well, we can take away that we made lots of changes to our notes and stuff like that. So if we were to come back here next year, our notes would be 10 times better than what they were at the start of the rally, because as you go along you make little tweaks here and there, and we were doing that the whole rally because of our problems with the car. We weren't at full pace, so we were able to make slight changes to our pace notes, and that'll definitely stand to us next year, because as far as I know, this rally very rarely changes. There's one or two junctions changed from last year, so that'll definitely stand to us, like, you know. So
Well, there's a few things that I would mark myself, corners that maybe I feel caught us out a wee bit. I mean, we're not coming into stuff at 100% of speed, but something that we come in and you just find it tightens, or there's just something about it. I would put a line under it for the next. We'll see what it's like on the next time. I'd put a question mark on it for myself. Then there's a couple of notes as we go through that Daniel will say put a minus on that or change that to a 6. And some of our squares we actually changed to hairpins. So maybe we just missed a few of them. We just didn't appreciate how much they tightened. But I mean, now it's not so much about that. All I'm focusing on now, I think that at the moment, unfortunately, the rally is something. The last 3 stages, I think, are going to be something to be endured rather than enjoyed. We just want to get to the finish. It's been a long, tough rally. It would have been a tough rally even if the car was going 100%. But it's dragging on a bit now, and we just want to. I'll be happy when we see the finish line. That'll be the biggest achievement we can get this weekend, is getting this car to the fight. As you can see, the lads haven't given up working on every single surface. They're trying something. They're trying something new. There's 6 more minutes to work on the car, and we're out of here. And it's the last chance saloon to see how it goes this afternoon. But we're not that hopeful, you know. Sign 40 to 6 right, and a tight hairpin left. .40 crest and flat 3 right. 100 2 left minus over crest.
I don't know what it is.
3 right. 100 down, turn hairpin left. .60 hairpin right acute.
Pull in, stop. See what it is.
Okay. Pull straight in, yeah.
It was really bad, but then it definitely got worse. Halfway through the second last stage, the rear diff exploded. But look, we were lucky enough that it didn't actually lock up the car. So we were told, we rang the guys and I said, what was the plan? So we drove on and broke all the teeth off it, so we were able to drive the car. We didn't lock it in place. So we managed to lock the front diff, and we had front wheel drive to drive out of the stage, through the next stage and the road section back to here. So we finished Rally Canarias, not the way we wanted to, but you know, we're here and we gained a lot of experience with doing this rally. A lot of guys didn't make it this far, you know, even though we didn't get a run at any stage, not one really. But we have a lot to take away from this rally, and it can only make us better.
It wasn't, and we had our fair share of problems. I think I said to you before, it was an event to be endured rather than enjoyed, unfortunately. But that was just the way circumstances was for us. The car, it wasn't our weekend, it wasn't our rally. We just sort of went from degrees of problems and with the car overheating. But that said, we got it here on the long stage, and just in that loop it looked like we weren't going to get it here. The rear diff shattered. I presumed it was the engine because we've been so hard on the engine with on and off anti-lag overheating. I just assumed it was, and Daniel thought it was gearbox, but he was closer than I was because it was the rear diff. So we stopped and checked. We had to get out and make sure there wasn't a prop shaft. The prop shaft had damaged the fuel tank and you could put the car on fire. So we just checked that was okay. Got back into the car and drove slowly out to the finish. And didn't expect it to get this far. A bit like Monte Carlo. We just kept driving and we were waiting for it to bang. Luckily it didn't, and it's managed to get us back here. We've only about 500 metres left to do. We go down here, turn left through the control over the finish ramp. So I hope we've made it that far. We can make it the rest of the way. But man, it was a tough rally. Just as I said, I think it was one to be endured rather than enjoyed, which is no slight on the rally itself. It's a very good rally. They're lovely stages, a lovely place. It just wasn't our weekend, and hopefully we'll go home and we'll come back bigger and better and stronger for the next one, I hope.